So till now what I have seen, I have seen incident and the problem things. The next main process in the service now is called a change process. Change process is nothing but change process is nothing but, so for example, if you want to implement any change, for example, see our laptop is not rebooting, not working properly, so we need to reboot the operating system. So if you need to reboot the operating system, we have to follow certain what do you call, we have to follow a certain what you can say, certain rules and regulations. That means we need to take the backup in the data in that one, and we need to do the different scenarios for it. So which means we need to take the backup, and we need to check the partition, lot of things we have to. So that all done, that's we called as a change. So there are three changes in the service now system. First one is a normal change, second one is a standard change, third one is emergency change. Emergency change, normal change is nothing but it's a normal change which is going to the standard procedure, like cab of group approval and all the other things. And standard change which doesn't require any approval will go to the one. Normal change is nothing but every week we are moving our code to the production, then we will create a normal change, we'll do the same thing. And standard change is nothing but it's a standard change. We don't require any approval. If you want to replace the router or any other thing, we can do it. And emergency change is nothing but emergency change is a very big change. And for example, there is a issue going on in the production. We need to fix it as soon as possible, and we need to push that code to the production as soon as possible. So at the time, what happened? We will create a emergency change and we'll push the code as per the standard one. So that will do now. So I'm just going to create a change here. Let's see how it is works on. There is already pre-approved JCC. This is the pinned one. Sorry, models. This is the everything. Normal and emergency. Pre-approved is these are the standard changes we have, and we'll do the same thing. So for example, I just want to create a normal change. Click on here. See, this is the one. Right now, the reported by the who reported. I'm just making another user. So Ben angling and service. What is the service we are offering issue? I'm just taking as SAP service offering. Nothing, and configuration item is showing as a different one. And I'm just making a for change demo, and this is a normal one. And I'm just again adding to the hardware group, and again let's see. Okay, this was fine. See here, here it was asking for the justification. What is a justification is nothing but why we need a change for this, and we can write a justification for this RR one. We can do the same thing for it. And next one is the what is the implementation plan. Implementation plan is nothing but what we can do, the how we can implement the these are all things. And next one is the risk and impact. So what is the risk for it, and what is the impact on the system if you if you implemented this change request. That's all. And the next one is a backward plan. Backward plan is nothing but if something is going wrong, what is our backward plan? We need to submit to the customer this one. And test plan. Test plan is nothing but how we are going to test this one. And schedule. So schedule will do. I'm just before that, I'm just going to. I have submitted a and problem one. So what happened, I'm just going to one. Now here what we'll do is, what is a problem planned start date. So planned start date is nothing but, so I just want to do it in the 1st November, we'll do it. And so planned end date is the second of this one. So this is the one, and we require cab is nothing but, change advisory board. So for if you have implemented any change, the cab team will check it whether what we have to do for this change. All this one, for this change, if you require any approvals, we don't we can use mark as a true. Right now we don't require. And cab recommends, these are all we don't need. And conflict, no. Notes, whatever we can write it. And closer we don't require. So what happened, I'm just going what we have scheduled a change. So right now the state was in the new. If you click on that request approval, or if you change the state to next one, SS, so then it will trigger a approval. See, right now it was changing the change state change to SS, and the second here, change is waiting for approval. And if you go to the approval, see here, it has been went for one hardware group. That means what are the this changes assigned to which assignment group, then it will automatically assign to the same group. So I'm just going to approve it on behalf of one of the user. So okay, I think it's been updated, approved. See, I'm sorry, I'm just going to reload this one. See, right now if I upload this one, and if I approve, so what it happens, it was went for another approval. The state is changed to authorize, and was went for another approval. Another approval, nothing here. There is a cab. We, as we discussed earlier, the cab is nothing but a change advisory board. This is the out of the box. I'm saying if you want, we can customize it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to approve it again on behalf of the one of the cab user. Approve it. If I approve, so if I approve this one, then see, if the assignment group approval and this change advisory board approval is done, then this state automatically has changed to schedule. From here, see, schedule is done. And if your schedule is done, next step what we have done, the certain days, that means the customer has given a particular time, we'll do the same thing for it. Now what it going is to do, if I am going to do the implement, that means if they are going to implement, that will be automatically the implementation will be done the same thing. Now, so if you are implement, I think, see, there are two tasks are generated. One is the implementation task, and second one is the post implementation. So for example, if I am going to this I'm sorry, for example, if I am going to close this one, this is the stand, short description, implement post implementation. The assignment group, we can assign any group. For example, software. So I'm just going to David Lou and close the task. Oh my god. So that means the implementation task has completed. Once the implementation task is completed, we can use that post implementation. Post implementation is nothing but once the code is deployed to production, we did a sanity testing, and from that we'll do it. So this also will do it, and I'm just making this one as a network team, net group. This is a group. I think no. Okay. Now what happened? Now the state is, since we have completed the two tasks, the state has been automatically changed to the review state. In that review, what happened, we will review it. If that is review is successful, so then we can close the change. From here we can, the change we can automatically change the close status to the clone. See, and also, if see here, we have given the plan start date, but since when that implementation task is came, so at the time it will commit, and when that post implementation task closed it, that time will can calculate as a uh, what you call actual end date and actual plan date. So this is the two interview questions. Interview may ask what is the planned start date and what is the planned end date, and what is the actual start date and actual end date. Planned start date and planned end date is the proposal which we have sent a, we have just approximately the when this is going to implement. The actual start date and actual end date will be what, will be how the actual date and all the other things will be happen here. So that is the basic thing which we are doing the first thing. Now, so this is the one. Now you can say the review. So from here we can close this one. So if you want to close this one, this close code and close notes, we need to fill it. So I'm just going to close this one. So these are all, we can all have the same thing. We can do check these all these options. Now the next step. This is the normal change. I hope we clear the normal change. There's still any confusion? I hope you clear or any confusion for the normal change. Very good. Now I'm just going to create a change request. What is the next is the normal change is nothing but, since it's a template, we have already pre-filled some data. The sorry, standard change. So for example, if I see, so add a switch to the network. I'm just checking this. See, the state is there, reported, and standard, not raw. See, these are all, see, and also this data is already automatically filled. Standard one and planning is auto filled, and scheme. These are all already auto filled since it's on, and I'm just going to submit this one. If I am going to submit this one, it was in new, and we can, I'm just assigning to the hardware group for the time being. So and also we have to add this schedule one. Schedule one is nothing but, so when we are going to implement this one. See, earlier it was given the CAB approval, CAG recommendation, all the fields were there, but here it is not there. Why? Because for this standard one we don't require. I'm just clicking on the schedule. So earlier we have got SS, otherwise there is a lot of states were there, but here it is directly going to the implement state. There is no other things. If you want to go to the implement, if we click on that implement, then it will create a two, rather two, let's see, it will create the pre-implementation and the post-implementation task and the implementation testing task. So those two we can close the same thing. I'm closing. See, then it will go to the review. From here, the same step. If you click on if the review is okay, so you can close this one. And if you want to close it, as we discussed, close notes and close no code was mandatory. See, when this actual started and when this actual ended is when we can do the all the stuff. So this is the basic stuff. We'll do the all the things. This is the standard change. And also, if you are creating a standard change for the templates, see, this is the standard change of all the one. So the from here we can add the we have already the template. We can add the same thing. I think for this one we don't have any new one. If you want to see from here, we can create a new template with all the details here. What is the one we can give it all the stuff. We can do the all the things here. We can add the template for it. So this is for the new templates we have created. This is the basic thing about the standard change. I hope we clear already confusion for the standard change. So simple standard change is a routine work which doesn't require any approvals. That's a basic thing. I hope we clear or any confusion. Very good. The next step is the normal standard basis. Third one is the emergency change. Emergency change is nothing but you are working on a something different, and so it is immediately the system is showing an error. So that's a P1 incident. We have to fix it as soon as possible, or else the business will be collapse. So that what we will do is we'll try to fix it, and we'll try to push that updates to the production as soon as possible, which means the production we need to show it, we need to move it as soon as possible. what what we will do is we will do the what we will do is we will fix that one. And for this one, if you want to move the code to the production, we require a certain approvals. So that means we will do it emergency. That means if you are emergency we are doing, we will do the same. That we call as emergency change. So we'll do it, and I'm just going to create a one. Planning I'm not giving. Schedule I'm just giving a very few details. For I'm just giving a actual things. We can give any date. Emergency change. This will do the all the stuff. Now I'm just click on the request for approval. Right now the status. Then it will go to the authorize. The authorize. Then this will go to the approvals for the cab approval. See, in the normal change, so we required approval from the assignment group, and then it will trigger to the approval for the what you called this cab approval. And in the standard change, it doesn't require any approvals. But in this what you called so in this one, what we will do is this is the last emergency change which required a cab approval. So I'm just going to before of cab, I'm just approving a to the one. I'm just look Wilson. See, now change is approved, and if your change is approved, then it will go to the schedule one. From there, it will do the one, and you can click on the implement. If you click on the implement, what happened? So see from here the same step. same procedure also. That means the implementation task will be added. So catalog task, this is the one, and we'll do the. So this do the same thing. So if you have completed these two, then the automatically the state change to the review, and from here the same procedure. So close. If you click on the close again, it will asking for the. Oh my god. Okay. So this is the state, right? Let's refresh it. So this is the one. So from here we can close the directly. Close code and close notes is mandatory, and this is the basic thing. So here what we observed till the schedule, after the schedule the procedure is same. The implementation go to the one, then it will create two tasks. So the implementation, that is the implementation task, and the pre-implementation post-implementation testing. So once this is done, what the system will do? The system will do the implementation is completed, and once the implementation is completed, so we'll do a review and review close this one, and that is before the those three status only the one. So if you want to analyze, see. So what we analyze from the normal one, we required a assignment group approval and assignment group and EAB approval. For standard one, no approvals required. And third one, emergency, only have approval required. See, the normal change is for the normal change. What you observed from here, as a assignment group was required, and cab approval required. And standard change, no approval required, and emergency change, it is required for a cab approvals, only the cab approvals. So this is the basic flow of the change management, how it will works in the service now. So this is the basic thing about this one. I hope till now this is the basic thing about the these two incident and problem changes. So anyone has any queries till now what we discussed, the problem and incident management, sorry, problem and change management, because this is the very important thing, and very important thing for we have to do the same thing. Anyone has any queries till now? Okay. So if nothing happened, so we can go for the task. Today task is check the problem management all the flow, and if the problem is having multiple tasks, for example, if the problem has 3 to 4 tasks, So if the problem is closed, then what are the problem tasks associated with that problem will be automatically closed it. For example, in the problem we have a two tasks. So if the problem state changes to closed, then these two tasks has to automatically change to the closed state. Similarly, in the change request also will do the other things. Okay, and create a manual task for it, and from that you can check it the same thing. I hope you clear for the task for today.